What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. I just want to let you guys know what you're about to watch. Yes, it's off the script. It's over an hour long. But I am such a fucking perfectionist, man, and I hate when shit happens like this. My computer's been going out of sync, man. My voice and what you're actually seeing on camera is like is slightly off by like just the fucking smallest amount. And what you're about to see in this video is the beginning is great, it looks great, sounds great. And then all of a sudden it goes out of sync. I don't know whether it's the fucking program I'm using with Logitech. I don't know if it's the camera I'm using. I did a video yesterday with Sami Zayn, Miz, IC title situation for Survivor Series. I used my C922 Logitech camera. I'm using the C920 right now. I wanted to see if that made my presentation any better. It seems like it made it worse. So I'm just going to stick to what I've been using, which is the C920. And I know for a fact my PC is fucked up. It cannot handle anything, man. It can't handle anything right now. So I want to apologize to everybody that's going to be watching this video. It is out of sync for the majority of the video, except for the first 10 minutes. The rest of it is out of sync, just by a little bit. So I hope you guys still enjoy it. Regardless, Survivor Series preview and predictions, off the script, episode 144, part number 1. Hope you guys enjoy it. And again, I apologize. Hopefully things will be corrected for part 2 on Saturday morning. There's no way she can botch this one, man. There's absolutely no way she can botch this one. Coming soon to Barbershop Window, the next version of Get Off My TV, Dana Brooke. On Sunday night, who will survive the WWE Survivor Series, man? This is your official 2016 Survivor Series preview and predictions. Let's talk about it.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. And I think we got a new layout for Off the Script, man. I think we got a new layout for Off the Script. Take a look at it. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, JD, why are you so negative, man? And then obviously the reason why you're fucking here, the reason why you are here every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes on Monday. Same thing with your fucking mother. She's here 7 days a week. Never mind fucking 3. So the reason why you guys are here is quite simple. It's quite simple, man. It's not because of Barbershop Window. It's not because of Twitch and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, which I never fucking use anyway. The reason why you're fucking here is for that last phrase. That last phrase. Everybody loves it every single fucking week, man. Every week. Because this is the #1 fucking podcast. Not only on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music, but this is the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes when YouTube's fucking working right here on YouTube.com. You ready? On the is Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for joining me right here on Off the Script, man. I want to send a huge thank you to Mr. Mike at MikeWill87 on Twitter, man. Without Mike, I would not be doing this, man. Off the Script would not look as good as it does every single week. My pay-per-view reviews would not look as good as they do every single month, sometimes twice a month with the shitty WWE pay-per-view schedule. He is what makes Off the Script and my WWE content look the way it does, man. I tend to forget because I got fucking 1,000 thoughts running through my mind every time I come on here to talk WWE. And shame on me, man. He deserves so much fucking credit. And this is the best platform to do that, man. He is unbelievable at what he does. If you guys need anything like what happens here with my thumbnails and layouts, he is the man I want you guys to go to, okay? If you're an upcoming podcaster, if you're an upcoming YouTuber and you want to create content and you want it to look good, because honestly, if you're doing this type of thing, you need to look professional, man. I want you guys to look the best, and with him, you are going to achieve all that plus so much more, man. I'm going to leave you his Twitter in the description of this video. I want you guys to go check him out, tell him what's up, and if you guys need anything through him, he comes at a very, very reasonable price, and he is unbelievable at what he does, man, like I said. So go check him out at MikeWill87 on Twitter if you guys need anything of the sort, thumbnails, layouts, layouts for Twitch or whatever the fuck you guys want to do. He does it all, man. So go check him out. But thank you guys so much for joining me on Off the Script. We got a lot to go over today. Mainly, we're going to concentrate on the Survivor Series. We're going to concentrate on the Survivor Series today. We're going to go over... I'm going to give you some of my favorite Survivor Series moments, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on this year's Survivor Series. And to be honest with you, this is a very, very difficult pay-per-view to predict. And I like that. There's nothing wrong with that, man. I don't want to go into a pay-per-view knowing what the fuck's going to happen. A lot of this stuff is unpredictable, and I don't think WWE is meant it to be that way. I really don't. I think WWE accidentally walked into a decent pay-per-view here. I don't think they planned this at all. I don't think this was in their cards whatsoever. It just ended up being that way. So we're going to talk about the Survivor Series, preview predictions. I might even go as far as to tell you who I think is going to get eliminated, in which order, and who's going to end up winning each match. Sole survivor, whether there's guys remaining on the team, whatever. We'll have fun with it today. I might be wrong on everything that I'm telling you in this video, but we're going to have fun doing it. But I have a pretty good idea of what's going on with the Survivor Series, so we'll talk about that, and we'll dive into that today on Off the Script. I do want to make mention, no customer service issues this week, though I will have some in the coming weeks because Christmas is coming up, and the more closer we get to the holiday, the biggest assholes will reveal themselves and come out from underneath their rocks. So I'm pretty sure I will have some more customer service stories for you guys as I get ready to pretty much live in my store. Even though I have a fucking part-time schedule, they're going to be utilizing me because I'm a fucking beast. I know, I'm a fucking beast. So we're going to have some customer service stories. I'm pretty sure of it coming with the Christmas season. But Metallica released their new album this week, bro. Now, I was very excited about this, to be quite honest with you. I heard Hardwired, and then I heard Moth to the Flame, which was their second single that they released. Hardwired was first. It's the 3-minute, overly simple, thrashy song, that they released. I'm like, okay, this is good. It's catchy. Right? Moth to the Flame, I really didn't care for. And then they released a third single. Now, I don't know what their real single is going to be that they're going to shoot over to Sirius XM, but they have a song on the album called Atlas Rise. Okay, and at first listen, I'm like, this is a good fucking song. This is a good song. In fact, all three were decent songs when I first heard them. I'm like, you know what? I'm excited for this album. I am excited for it. I can't wait to hear what they got. Looks like it's going to be better than Death Magnetic. I get the album. and it leaked. It leaked about a week and a half early. Metallica realized this, and they started uploading song after song after song after song on their YouTube channel on Thursday. Now, a lot of the fans thought they were giving back to the community. They thought Metallica was giving back to their fans because every song on the album they made a music video for. I've never seen that done ever. I've never seen that done with any band that I've ever listened to in the history. So, I took this as, you know what, yeah, it's different. This is something cool that they made a music video different for every fucking song on the album. And maybe this is something they had planned, but I also think it coincides with the big leak. You know, Metallica and the whole Napster thing. This thing was leaked about a week and a half ago. I've had it. I've had my hands on the album, and I listened to it extensively. From song 1 all the way to song 12. It's a double album. Right? It's supposedly a double album. After the first 3 songs, I'm like, this is going to be a decent album. I can't wait to hear it. I enjoyed Death Magnetic. I enjoyed it very much. And then they had Beyond Magnetic, and those songs were just filler. It was fucking generic garbage. So I'm listening to this, and then I get it to track 4, track 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way up until 12, right? From tracks 1, 2, and 3, I enjoy. Those 3 songs that I just mentioned. You got Hardwired, Moth to the Flame, and then you got Atlas Rise. It takes me all the way up to track 12. Track 12 to find another song that I can say, you know what? This actually sounds fucking good. What the fuck happened from track 4 all the way to track 12? I'm sitting there in utter disappointment. What the fuck did they do? I'm sitting here and I'm like, guaranteed there's going to be fucking goons out there who don't know Metallica. They're going to be okay with whatever they're fucking shown, right? Whatever they come out with new. Oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever, man. This is fucking thrash, man. There was one idiot on Metallica's YouTube channel. I forgot what song it was, man. It was a sludgy riff. It was fucking slow. And some idiot was like, this is the most thrash thing I've heard in all of 2016. I'm sitting there, I'm reading this guy's comment, I'm like, where do these fucking people come from? I mean, Testament just came out with a new album. Right? The fucking last track on Brotherhood of the Snake. Some of you guys probably don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just go listen to the fucking music. The Numbers Game. You got Gene Hoglan, Chuck Billy, Eric Peterson, Alex Skolnick, right? Yeah, but Metallica's the most thrashiest thing in 2016. Are you out of your fucking mind? Meanwhile, we got Creator coming out with a new album in 2017. Fucking Symphony X released their new album this year, right? How are you gonna fucking tell me that Metallica is more thrashier than Kiss of Fire? These people, I don't know what the fuck drugs these people are on, but I know Metallica was on drugs back in the early 80s. These people must be living in the fucking past. Because the only way this music is going to sound good if you take what Metallica was taking back in the 80s when they were actually writing good music. Awful. Absolutely awful. And I stand by my opinion. Atlas Rise is the best song on the album. Easily. I couldn't believe what I was fucking hearing. I was listening to shit. I was listening to this shit as I was on my way to Jersey. Because I'm taking down Grimm's fucking channel, you clown. You want to call me a clown, right? All the fucking goons that you got coming over from your channel calling me a clown. We'll see who the real clown is, motherfucker. Just wait. I am coming to take over all of his toys. I'm gonna fucking steal them, confiscate them. I'm gonna fucking break the arms off all his fucking figures. And then I'm gonna stand in his fucking ring and proclaim myself the Grimm's Toy Show World Heavyweight Champion. You fucking clown. Just had to get that out there. I mean, just keep an eye on his channel. Man. There are developments coming. So don't worry about that. Anyway, Metallica's album sucks. I'm taking down Grimm. What else we got? Oh, yeah, Survivor Series. Let's talk about Survivor Series. Before I do that, oh, JD, what's with all the ads, man? Fucking assholes. Anyway, let me get through my ads, man. Very important weekend. Very big weekend. WrestleRumble.com. You guys want to win cash, don't you? I know. I want to win cash. I want to go to Royal Rumble, man. I want to go to fucking San Antonio and sit luxury box with LeBar. I'll give him a fucking reality lesson. A reality check, you know? So, WrestleRumble.com. This is the easiest way, man, you're going to get yourself to Royal Rumble. WrestleRumble.com. Entry forms are live. You buy in, and then they're going to email you several questions, man. I took a peek at the questions. They are legit, man. You're going to have a tough time with the Survivor Series. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be an easy task to get to the Royal Rumble. But if you do guess everything correctly and you are first place, you're going to win $500 cash, and then you're going to win 2 luxury box tickets to the Royal Rumble in 2017. And with the rumor going around, man, we might be seeing AJ Styles versus The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble. So make sure you guys enter, man. WrestleRumble.com, the Survivor Series Pick'em. That's all you got to do, man. That's all you got to do. Very, very easy. Enter today. I'll be playing along. Hopefully I do something, man. The last couple of events, I didn't even place. You know, WWE threw a fucking curveball with everybody at the last pay-per-view. So hopefully we get some of Off the Script's listeners in the top 5. Maybe even win the whole fucking thing, man. How'd you hear about Wrestle Rumble? From Off the Script. So, WrestleRumble.com. Make sure you guys enter the Survivor Series Pick'em. As you guys seen in the outset, we got new t-shirts coming out, man. Dana Brooke is version 5. That will be coming soon, and there will be deals. There will be deals on Barbershop Window, man. Black Friday's coming up. You guys are going to get the shirts at the cheapest price all year, so watch out for that. I will certainly let you guys know. But just in time for the holidays, man. Dana Brooke coming out. It looks gorgeous. Props to my man Connor, man. He is a fucking legit beast at designs, man. Unbelievable stuff. So Dana Brooke is coming, and he is working. He is working on the Negan design, bro. And I'm going to have that, hopefully, by Saturday afternoon, man. That is going to be, I think, the absolute bestseller, man. And if you guys have been listening to me, if you guys have been watching me, you know what the Negan design is going to be, man. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be fucking absolutely biblical. Unbelievable, man. I can't wait. Barbershop Window, like the corner says, man, we are an official partner with Barbershop Window. This podcast is an official partner of Off the Script. And for those listening on iTunes, what corner, man? Just listen, this uploads to YouTube first, motherfucker. And then iTunes and Podbean and all those other places get it last on Sunday. So, if you guys want to check out what I'm doing on iTunes, you can listen to this again in the audio version. Take it with you to work, and to the fucking bus stop, and to the fucking, the Quickie Mart, wherever the fuck you guys are going, man. Wherever, the fucking, the porn shop to go buy your dildos. Yeah, I know your mother likes some fucking toys, but that's another story for a different commentary. But we are an official podcast. An official partner, rather, of Barbershop. See, I'm fucking all over the place, man. Barbershop Window, go get your t-shirts today. $19.99. Black Friday, I would urge you guys to wait. Black Friday's coming up. You guys are going to get 20% off. They ship worldwide. Plus, those 2 other designs are going to be available. Dana Brooke and the Negan design. That's all you got to know about that. If you guys don't want to do that, man, patreon.com/JD from NY206. That is the absolute best way to support this podcast directly. Pledge monthly. You guys get early access. This video, Off the Script, part 1 for this Survivor Series weekend, will be uploaded early, man, for everybody that's a Patreon. Whether it's a cent, 5 cents, a dime, a quarter, a dollar, whatever the case may be, man, you guys are getting Off the Script early. So if you guys want to read the mission statement on there, check out why I'm here, what I want to accomplish, where I want to go with this entire thing, why I'm even on YouTube to begin with. Patreon.com is the absolute best way to support the podcast. So make sure you guys go check that out, read that. If you feel inclined to donate, it's not an obligation, man. But if you guys feel like it and you can handle it, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys to whomever pledged this week. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. I love each and every fucking one of you. That's patreon.com/JD from NY206. Follow me on Twitter @JD from NY206. Same thing with YouTube, man. YouTube is fucking up. I think I'm going to make a separate video on this. Subscribers are not finding my channel. The growth is so fucking slow, man. Everybody from H3 to Ali A even fucking said something. You know, Ali A, the biggest Call of Duty channel in fucking on YouTube. PewDiePie is losing subs. He's not gaining subs, man. Markiplier is complaining. Everybody's complaining about this. It is bad. Something's fucked up with the algorithm. My channel is not being recommended anymore. I went from gaining fucking 150 subs a day. I can't even break 30, man. I don't know what's going on. So, we're going to make a separate video on that and make sure you guys know what the fuck's going on, because I want to get to 100,000. This was my goal, to get to 100,000, and this entire month, October and going into November, is completely stalling my growth, along with everybody else, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So, if you guys want to subscribe, please subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell your fucking family. If you guys like WWE and gaming content, I am the guy for you. So please subscribe and also follow me on Twitter. WrestleCrate.com. You guys know the deal about that. WrestleCrate.com. Right now, still the #1 pro wrestling-based subscription service delivered to your front door. Use the coupon code JDSENTME for an extra 10% off your first purchase. That's WrestleCrate.com and on Twitter at WrestleCrates. And then, guys, if you guys want to check out the WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate, I'm giving you a direct link to save 10% off. All you got to do is go to the link I provide down in the description of this very video. Make sure you guys go there, and at checkout, use the code JD from NY, and you're going to save big money on Loot Crate, Slam Crate. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Thank you guys for all that. Let's get into the Survivor Series. I know you guys are probably fucking, where's the wrestling news, man? Where's the wrestling news, man? It's coming. Don't worry. You know? It's coming. Anyway. Where am I? Where are my notes? Survivor Series. You guys know how I feel about Survivor Series, man. It's something that is important to me because I grew up on the Survivor Series. I remember back when I was a young child, during Thanksgiving dinner, you know, my dad would order all the big pay-per-views, whether it be WrestleMania, SummerSlam, with the family all gathered around. We'd go to the living room and watch Survivor Series on the big screen television. So, you know, it's a very important part of our childhood is Survivor Series. Even as young adults, you know, when we can. I'm probably going to be with my family on Thanksgiving this year, and what my brothers like to do is we like to reminisce in those old times in which we used to watch the Survivor Series. I'll bring over, we got the network. We're watching on the network. We'll fucking scour through the old school Survivor Series with Bobby the Brain and Monsoon and, you know, Jesse Ventura, all that shit, and just relive all the great moments, man. It was such a huge part of our childhood, and it was one of the best times to watch WWE, man. The Thanksgiving tradition. And they don't do that anymore. You know, the whole tradition behind the Survivor Series was thrown away, you know, several years ago. And it just really hasn't been the same. Survivor Series for a little while was one of those throwaway pay-per-views. It really wasn't anything important. Now WWE's trying to bring it back to relevance because it is still one of the big 4 pay-per-views. But what they're doing this year is they're not building on Survivor Series tradition. They're not making Survivor Series special behind the meaning of what the Survivor Series is. All of these matches feel thrown together for the sake of throwing a match together. They really do, in my honest opinion. I mean, you look up and down this card, there's nothing about the Survivor Series that, you know, that really stands out at all. You know, my favorite Survivor Series moment would probably have to be Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker in the Gravest Challenge, in which Ric Flair helped The Undertaker solidify his first WWF Championship by defeating Hulkamania. That's my favorite Survivor Series moment of all time. You know, Undertaker's debut with Brother Love, Ted DiBiase unveiling The Undertaker. Those are 2 prototypical Survivor Series moments. Was Hulk Hogan going to survive the Gravest Challenge? You know, everything else from Stone Cold Steve Austin being run over. You know, The Rock joining McMahon. The Elimination Chamber, where Shawn Michaels won the first ever Elimination Chamber. The Montreal Screwjob, you know. Bret Hart and Bob Backlund in 1994. That submission match in which Owen Hart pleaded with his mother to throw in the towel because Bob Backlund had applied the chicken wing for 15 minutes on Bret Hart, and he wasn't going to let go. And by his side, Bret Hart was the British Bulldog, who inadvertently knocked himself out by running headfirst into a steel step. And Owen Hart was so upset that, Davey Boy Smith could have been hurt. He instigated this entire thing. He made Bulldog do what he did that night. And then he was crying, and Stu and Helen were at ringside, and he pleaded, they're going to break his arm. Bob Backlund's going to break his arm, And then at the end of it all, Helen throws in the towel. Bob Backlund's named WWF champion. Owen Hart pulled off one of the best moments in Survivor Series history by fooling his parents, tricking his parents into making Bret Hart submit to the chicken wing, and it was all his plan to fuck over his brother, man. Moments like that, you can't recreate. That is what the Survivor Series means to me, man. That's what the Survivor Series means to me. What is Survivor Series this year? It's nothing but WWE building up hype built off a video game. It's nothing but matches thrown together for the sake of utilizing all the talent on the roster. WWE having a brand split. And now, in November, stemming back all the way from August, they're realizing that even now, several months after the brand split is fully in effect, they are still not happy with the decisions that they made. They're still making changes to the roster. They're making changes because of their inept ability to build any new talent. You got the Cruiserweights coming over. They go to Monday Night Raw. The entire division is in fucking shambles because Monday Night Raw doesn't know how to handle talent like that. They're too concerned about Roman Reigns. They're too concerned about getting Jericho over with the list. They're too concerned about having Stephanie McMahon in the spotlight and Mick Foley in the spotlight. Roman Reigns and this and that and all this other fucking unimportant bullshit. New Day pandering with their merchandise. Meanwhile, you got the Cruiserweights who were supposed to add a shot of adrenaline not only to Monday Night Raw but the fucking company, and you completely abandoned everything that they did with the Cruiserweight Classic. Shit like that. WWE is realizing that things are not working and changes are being made. It has shown WWE's lack of depth in their rosters, man. I mean, look at the women's divisions on both Raw and SmackDown. You got Charlotte, Bayley, Nia, Alicia, and Sasha. And then you got Nikki, Becky, Alexa, Carmella, and Naomi on SmackDown. I mean, that's it. That is it. And most of the women on Raw, you got Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha. That's it. Nia and Alicia haven't even been used. I don't even count Dana Brooke because she's fucking terrible. She's terrible. Meanwhile, you got Emmalina, who hasn't been on television in months. Or Emma. I refuse to call her Emmalina, by the way. You got Summer Rae, who's hurt. Tamina, I don't even know if she's still employed with the company. Alicia Fox, the only notable thing she's done since the brand split was have a match with Nia Jax and a backstage segment with Nia Jax. If Survivor Series wasn't even happening, Alicia Fox wouldn't even be on their show. So they're forced to use talent because they have nobody else. Look at the tag team match. Look at the tag teams. It shows you the lack of depth that the WWE has in each division. And it's sad. It's fucking pathetic. The Shining Stars are garbage. SmackDown's team is a little bit better. But it shows you the lack of depth. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they haven't been utilized at all. They're a joke. They are a joke. And I can go on and on. All the way up until the main event. Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg is nothing but a money grab. You can be interested in the match all you want. I have not one fucking iota of an interest in this match. I don't. Sucks to be Brock Lesnar. In fact, actually, let me rephrase that. It doesn't suck to be Brock Lesnar. He's getting fucking paid handsomely for this match. Goldberg, probably the same thing. But WWE is so quick to get attention on their product that they have to resort to getting Goldberg back in the ring at 50 years old. A guy who has admittedly stated that his body feels terrible. That after being away for 12 years and now getting back into it, his body feels terrible. He even has a partial separated shoulder, I believe, or he tweaked his shoulder. If he tweaked his shoulder on Monday Night Raw against fucking indie talent by throwing a few guys around, what do you think Brock Lesnar is going to do? It's going to show you that Goldberg doesn't belong in a ring anymore. And this has the potential to be a huge fucking nightmare, not only for WWE, but for Goldberg himself. An embarrassment. You know, maybe this should have been kept in the video game. There's a lot going on with this pay-per-view. There's a lot of investment involved. And this might actually be worse than WrestleMania 20. And I, for one, see right through it. I'm not excited about this whatsoever. Brock Lesnar and Goldberg doesn't define to me what Survivor Series is at all. Team Raw versus Team Smackdown, I don't care. There's nothing on the line at all. There's nothing on the line. Brand supremacy, what's on the line? The only reason why I care about this match now is because you got The Undertaker, who made his appearance on SmackDown again. He's back. He's taking souls and digging holes, is what he said on SmackDown. And he wants his team because he is Team SmackDown. He's always been Team SmackDown. He even made a statement that he's always been SmackDown and that SmackDown is his home. And the reason why Undertaker is back is because he thinks SmackDown needs to beat Raw. Bury Raw. Make Raw rest in peace. And if they don't do it, if his team, his guys do not do it, they will have to answer to The Undertaker. That's the only reason why I care about that match. You included The Undertaker in this. Not in the match per se, but in the outcome, in the aftermath. If they don't win, he is going to play a vital role in this, which is probably going to lead into 2017. That's the only reason why I care about this match. Monday Night Raw as a brand is fucking terrible. No matter if they win this match, I don't care. We know they're not the better brand. This is not brand supremacy. SmackDown is, no matter if they lose this match, if they get fucking clean sweeped in this match, I don't care. We know SmackDown is the A show. We know SmackDown, as of right now, is the flagship show. I don't give a fuck how long Monday Night Raw has been on television. I don't give a shit how many episodes they got with the show. I don't care. We know Raw sucks. We know Raw sucks. So the only reason why I give a shit about that match is because of The Undertaker, and he's not even in the match. So you can tell right there, there's a huge disconnect with investment from fan to product. Then you got the women. Why should I care about this match? I mean, WWE on Raw hasn't done anything to showcase any other woman besides Charlotte and Sasha. Bayley has been cast as unimportant. She's not the same Bayley that we've seen down in NXT at all. Nia Jax, she was on television for about 2 or 3 straight weeks. 4 weeks pushing it, I don't remember. And then all of a sudden, after that first month, disappeared off the face of the roster. She's been fucking doing Superstars or Main Event or whatever show was affiliated with Monday Night Raw. Hasn't been seen. First time we seen her was when they made the announcement that Nia Jax was going to be on the women's team for Monday Night Raw for Survivor Series. Alicia Fox, she made 1 appearance on Monday Night Raw in a match. 1. And that was against Nia Jax. That's it. And then they had a rematch on a pre-show at a pay-per-view. I believe it was Clash of Champions. That was it. If this match was not taking place, you think we'd be seeing Alicia Fox on television? Fuck no. Dana Brooke, she can barely walk down the fucking ramp without tripping over herself. Who the fuck cares about Dana Brooke? Sasha and Charlotte. That is it. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to care about the women's division. All WWE has done, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, making history, Revolution, Hell in a Cell, no other woman has done this, blah, 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 blah. All these words coming at you, and I'm sitting there like this with my arms crossed, and I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Because I know, as a fan, you are nothing but a fucking retard if you believe there's some sort of revolution going on here. There's no revolution at all. Your revolution died. Your revolution died with this brand split. There's no revolution on the main roster anymore. There's nothing about this that's revolutionary. The revolution didn't take place on the main roster. It took place in NXT. NXT is the reason for the women's revolution. And they did it without gimmicks. They did it without fucking championships. They did it without fucking Hell in a Cell and commissioners and GMs shoving the same old fucking scripted rhetoric down our throats. They did it with wrestling in the ring. Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, and Sasha did it with wrestling. You want to go back before that? Paige, Emma, and Summer Rae did it in NXT. Nothing about this women's match is revolutionary. In fact, just like I know with the men's team, for Team Smackdown and Team Raw, the women's division on SmackDown is the A brand. There's nothing about the Raw women's team that makes me say, you know what, I give a fuck about this match. No. I've been more invested in Nikki, Becky, Alexa, Carmella, and Naomi. Because each one of them has been given an opportunity on their brand to shine. They've been in storylines. We've seen the progress of Nikki Bella coming back from injury. We've seen Alexa Bliss just come up from NXT and take this division by storm. Carmella has even gotten better. Naomi has been given a chance to shine. You know? Natalya needs to get off the microphone and stop with the cheesy rhetoric. We need to get her in the ring so that she can do what she does probably better than anybody, and that's wrestle. But as you can see, like with the women's team, well, with the men's team rather, the women I'm more invested with on the SmackDown side. I don't give a fuck about Team Raw. So we know no matter if Raw wins, clean sweeps, destroys them, embarrasses SmackDown, we know. It's not going to be based on what happens at Survivor Series. We are more invested in what SmackDown is doing because it makes sense. It's easier to watch. They've done things right where Monday Night Raw has done things wrong. Same exact thing with the tag team divisions. Now, both divisions are awful. There's no depth at all. When you got to use the Spirit Squad and the Headbangers, you know there's no depth. So I'll fucking zing SmackDown on that one, but Raw is embarrassing. The New Day, Sheamus and Cesaro, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, who mean nothing to anybody, Enzo and Cass, and the Shining Stars. And then on top of that, you got Goldust and R-Truth, who gave up their spot to the Shining Stars because they lost the match. And I think Goldust and R-Truth actually won out on this because they won a trip to the Shining Stars resort down in Puerto Rico. I would love to trade a spot on this fucking show and this team for palm trees and margaritas. Please. They made the wise decision there. But none of these teams have been built up at all. You have Sheamus and Cesaro who are doing okay, right? I like the dynamic there. They got the opportunity to be a breakout team. Enzo and Cass have done nothing. WWE dropped the ball on them and missed the boat on them long ago. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they've been nothing but fucking garbage since they came to the WWE. Trash. Fed to Roman Reigns. Then WWE says, maybe we should start pushing these guys. We're paying them. They got all this hype behind them. And then they result right back into fucking feeding them to the New Day. And then again, they want to hype up Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Enough with the fucking games. No more games. It's time to fucking fight and all this other bullshit. Garbage. Who's going to take them seriously? Nobody. And then you got the Shining Stars. I mean, are you fucking kidding? Why am I going to care about the Shining Stars? Team SmackDown, Slater and Rhino. Heath Slater is probably one of the more over guys on SmackDown, period. Rhino was brought in as an enhancement talent. He was supposed to be an enhancement talent, and he's tag team champion. They are using them and getting new talent over. That's SmackDown. The Hype Bros, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, they got nice upside to them. American Alpha, probably the best tag team in all of WWE on the main roster. The Usos have transformed into a credible team that I actually enjoy now, following their fucking cheesy face run that seemed never ending. And you got Breezango, who's got a nice opportunity here. Finally, Fandango and Tyler Breeze on a pay-per-view. Who cares, though? These guys haven't been utilized. Monday Night Raw has done nothing with the tag team division to make me care. So who gives a fuck about anything about this match? It goes back to what we said with Team Raw and Team SmackDown. SmackDown has the better teams. So I'm going to be more invested in SmackDown. Even if they lose, we know they have the better teams. They have the better division. Because Monday Night Raw has done nothing with any of their divisions at all. And then that brings us to Brian Kendrick and Kalisto. And then The Miz and Sami Zayn. This is where things get interesting for Survivor Series. Because WWE ruined the Cruiserweight division. They're throwing in a stipulation with Kalisto and Brian Kendrick. If Kalisto wins, he brings the entire Cruiserweight division over from Raw to SmackDown. If Brian Kendrick wins, obviously, they will be safe. But then The Miz and Sami Zayn, we don't know what's going to happen there. If there's going to be an extra storyline added after this match is over. The Miz just won the IC title back from Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown 900. Sami Zayn is the open challenge participant here. It was supposed to be Dolph Ziggler, but WWE decided to take the belt off Dolph Ziggler because they wanted a heel versus face dynamic with Sami Zayn and The Miz instead of having two faces. And I made a video about this yesterday. There's nothing about a face versus face that could go wrong here. I mean, you got Sami Zayn, who his hometown is Quebec. And you got Dolph Ziggler, who is the American, coming into Canada. He's going to be heel by default on this night. But why let that get in the way of what should have been a great match? I don't get the dynamic that WWE's going for here. The Miz is probably going to be booed worse than he's ever have in the last couple of months, being that he's going against Sami Zayn. So I understand that aspect of it, but why take the title off Dolph Ziggler to give it to The Miz? And with all these rumors going around, everybody's talking about The Miz losing the title to Sami Zayn. So you take it off Ziggler, give it to Miz, and The Miz is going to lose it in 5 days to Sami Zayn? Where's the title going? Is it going to SmackDown? Is it going to Raw? Is Sami going to SmackDown? Is The Miz going to Raw? We don't know what the fuck is going on. I appreciate that WWE's keeping people guessing, but I want to know what's happening here. They should have laid the fucking ground rules for this match. If Zayn wins it, it's coming over. You know? I think they made mention of it. Fuck me for not paying attention. I mean, can you fucking blame me on Monday Night Raw? But even if they did state that Sami Zayn winning the title, it's coming over to Raw. You know, it could still end up going back to SmackDown because maybe they involve a trade. Maybe Zayn doesn't even win the title and he goes over to SmackDown via a trade because Stephanie McMahon is so upset that he lost this opportunity to take the title back to Raw that she says, you know what, fuck out of here. You're fired. Maybe the title stays on SmackDown. Zayn goes to SmackDown via trade. The Miz stays on SmackDown. You know, there's rumors running all over the place that The Miz is going to be transferred to Monday Night Raw. That would kill his career. That would kill his fucking career. You don't want to do that to someone who's built himself up and made himself relevant again. That is a difficult thing to do. The Miz has feasted on this brand split, and he's taken advantage of what it's supposed to be. And then you're going to take that all away from him, all the hard work that he and Maurice have done. I mean, The Miz is fucking fantastic on SmackDown. You're going to put him on Monday Night Raw with the Rollinses and the Reigns and the Jerichos and the Owens and the Strowmans. He might stand out, he might not, but I'm going with the fucking might not option. He's not going to stand out. You think Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon are going to book this guy correctly? Fuck no. They're going to book him just like they did before the brand split happened. So, WWE has a lot of brainstorming to do here. They honestly do. Kendrick and Kalisto. The best thing for this to happen is Kalisto win the title and the entire Cruiserweights go over to SmackDown. Not only for 205 Live, which is going to be taped during SmackDown, or after SmackDown, before SmackDown, whenever the fuck they tape it, it's going to be taped on Tuesdays. But for the simple fact that Monday Night Raw has single-handedly, in one week, all it took was 1 week. Never mind a month, never mind 2 months. It took them 1 week. That debut episode of the Cruiserweights, they were dead in the water. Dead. It's like fucking throwing blood into an ocean full of sharks, man. That's what the WWE did to the Cruiserweights. Dead. And Monday Night Raw was the sharks circling that fucking pool of blood, just waiting to feast. And that's exactly what happened. The Cruiserweights went into the water, and Monday Night Raw ate them up. They thought, oh, Monday Night Raw, we're on the flagship show, quote unquote. We're going to have a great fucking time. We're going to get over. We're going to have the big paycheck. We're going to have the audience eating out of the palm of our hands. Fuck no. Not with Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon producing you, who don't know a fucking talented division when they see it, when it smacks them in the face nowadays, with Vince McMahon being 71 years old and Kevin Dunn doing Cruiserweight. No, not on my show. You know? Give me a break. You're gonna give the keys to the Cruiserweight division to Kevin Dunn? Meanwhile, these guys were fucking put... You look at that Cruiserweight Classic, and you look up and down that entire tournament. How many matches of the year for that entire company came from the Cruiserweight Classic? About 3 or 4 of them. You put them on Monday Night Raw, they abandoned everything that they did in that tournament, man. Now you want to know why Kota Ibushi didn't sign with the fucking company. God, he made the right... That's the greatest fucking decision he made in his entire fucking career. Can you imagine Kota Ibushi wrestling a 3-minute match on Monday Night Raw? Can you imagine Kota Ibushi being put in 6-man tags every fucking week? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. Stay away, stay far away from Monday Night Raw. That goes for everybody that has a fucking inkling of a passion to come up to the WWE. If you're not chosen, if you are not the chosen one, you are fucked. Charlotte, Roman Reigns, that's it. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens isn't even the chosen one. They're fucking treating him like a piece of shit. Universal Champion. Universal Champion my ass. Champion means nothing. That championship means nothing. Roman Reigns and the U.S. title have been featured more in the main event than the Universal Championship. Goes to show you the direction of Monday Night Raw creatively. Clueless. Absolutely clueless. But the Cruiserweight's dead. Completely dead. At least on SmackDown. I guarantee you, if Kalisto wins this match, in which he should, you will see an overnight difference in the Cruiserweights on SmackDown. I am calling it right now. The difference between SmackDown and Raw will be seen visibly. A blind man would be able to see it once those Cruiserweights go over to SmackDown. Watch. I can't wait till it happens. It needs to happen. SmackDown needs to come. I don't give a fuck if they lose the 5-on-5 match. I don't give a fuck if they lose all these matches. All I know, give them to Raw. Have Raw booked to win all these matches. But Kalisto winning the Cruiserweight Championship and Sami Zayn winning the Intercontinental, or maybe, I don't know, he could win the Intercontinental Championship and get traded to fucking SmackDown. Have The Miz win. And have Sami Zayn fired from Raw and SmackDown picks him up. You know? Some kind of angle. Where Sami Zayn goes to Raw, or where Sami Zayn goes to SmackDown and the Intercontinental Championship stays on SmackDown with Ziggler and The Miz. That's it. And then the Cruiserweight title comes over to SmackDown as well. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if they lose the rest of this show. Those things need to happen. Survivor Series, to me, seems like it's been put together in 2 weeks, man. WWE doesn't know what to do. This was a last-ditch effort. This entire show is built on selling Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. Fantasy warfare. This is not my fantasy, man. This is not my fantasy whatsoever. You want to talk about fantasy? I'll tell you what my fantasy is, especially in professional wrestling. Lesnar versus Nakamura, Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. Those are fantasy matches. Styles versus Balor, Styles versus Rollins, you know? Shit like that. Styles versus Michaels, Styles versus The Undertaker, Styles versus Orton. Those are matches that I'd love to see, man. Seriously. Not Lesnar versus Goldberg. This is nothing but a subscription to the network grab. This is nothing but, let me sell Survivor Series because we have nothing else to fucking build this pay-per-view off of. Our product sucks. Nobody's invested in anything that we have on this show outside Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg. Can you imagine this show without Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg? This show has nothing going for it. Dead. Ratings are lower than ever. There's no interest in the product. And this is the usual thing for this time of year, but it's even worse now. Imagine no Lesnar and no Goldberg on this show. Awful. Absolutely awful. And that's my thoughts on Survivor Series, man. I'm going into this. I'm hoping for the best, bro. I really am hoping for the best here. Will WWE do what needs to be done? They never do. And I'm not counting on them to make the right decision. I would be shocked, floored, if they make the right decision here. But knowing this, I don't think SmackDown's going to come out looking good at all. That's just my opinion. Going over the winners here. Lesnar is going to destroy Goldberg. What the ending is, what the ending could be, I don't know. There are rumors. I've heard several people talk about it. And this is not my idea, but I do like this idea. I would have this match end with obviously Lesnar beating Goldberg. Okay? After the match, something needs to be set up to further Lesnar's opponent for WrestleMania. I would have Samoa Joe. I would have Samoa Joe come down in a full-fledged mask. Obviously, people will know who it is based on his size and his body structure, but he needs to conceal himself. You know, people, smart people, will know because everybody that's going to be attending Survivor Series is probably going to NXT the night before as well. Samoa Joe needs to set up his match with Brock Lesnar. Samoa Joe needs to be the one man hired by Shane McMahon to take down Brock Lesnar. They need to continue that storyline. Why they wouldn't continue it, I don't know. They made such a big deal about it. They even had fucking Paul Heyman apologize to Stephanie McMahon, throwing dollar bills at her like she was some fucking stripper. This needs to be accounted for. And this needs to continue. I think Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar is the ideal match for WrestleMania. It needs to happen. And I think Samoa Joe could easily fit into this main event after Goldberg is destroyed by Brock Lesnar. Will it happen? I don't know. But it's certainly, there's room for it. And I stated several times, I think a lot of this show, some of this show, could have pieces that go towards WrestleMania. There will be a WrestleMania setup somewhere on this show. Whether it's with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, whether it's with Team Raw, maybe Triple H comes out, I don't know. But something will happen on this show that sets up something for WrestleMania. The most ideal situation would be in the Lesnar-Goldberg match, being that it is going to be the main event. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. With The Undertaker now included in this entire situation. If Team SmackDown does not win, I think The Undertaker is going to point out AJ Styles, because he is the team captain. He made a big deal about being the team captain, the face that runs the place, the champ that runs the camp. I think The Undertaker is going to pinpoint the blame on AJ Styles here, which will set up Styles versus The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble. From there, The Undertaker will win the WWE Championship. It looks like, and certainly has the foundations to be The Undertaker's last run. If he's going to be back, why not give him another run? WWE wants ratings. No better man to do it than The Undertaker, especially being the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. From there, it will set up his feud with John Cena. John Cena will probably win the Elimination Chamber. He will go on to fight The Undertaker at WrestleMania. There you go. You got two setups right there. Lesnar versus Samoa Joe, if they want to go that route. Undertaker versus John Cena for WrestleMania. Already, by those two matches alone, it's better than anything that happened this year at WrestleMania 32. But I do think Team SmackDown will lose this match. I think AJ Styles is going to be the last one remaining. I think Shane McMahon is going to be out. Orton's going to be out. Wyatt's going to be out. Ambrose is going to be out. There's room to play with here. There is certainly room for creativity here. You know, maybe Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows get involved. Maybe they help AJ Styles. Maybe they turn on their own team and join SmackDown's roster. I don't know. You know, Carl Anderson did state on Twitter, all I know is the only surviving team at Survivor Series is going to be the club. That's what he stated on his Twitter. What that means, I don't know. Will that be an inside thing that will happen at Survivor Series? I don't know. But there is room for that to happen. I'm not going to make any crazy predictions. I'm not going to fantasy book this match. Team SmackDown is going to lose. I think Jericho is going to be the first eliminated at Survivor Series on Team Raw. I think You will finally see the breakdown of Owens and Jericho. I think the last man on this team for Team Raw, it should be Braun Strowman. If WWE wants to build a new star, Strowman should win the match for them. Honestly. It shouldn't be Roman Reigns. It shouldn't be Rollins. You know, they can come out after the fact and do something as the Shield. Triple powerbomb, I'm hearing a spot with the triple powerbomb is going to happen. You know, but if WWE wants to build a new star and solidify him as a true star on their roster, on their brand, I think Braun Strowman needs to stand tall in the end here. That's just my honest opinion. So we'll see what happens with that. But with The Undertaker involved in this situation, I think Raw is going to win this match. Team Raw Women's versus Team Smackdown. I think Team Raw is going to win this match with all the hype. With all the hype of Charlotte and Sasha and them making history. You think the WWE is going to go against Team Raw and have them lose this match? Of course not. Of course not. I think Team Raw is going to win this match. And just based on that fact alone, I have nothing else to give you. I have absolutely nothing else to give you based on that and what's going to happen. Charlotte and Sasha, you know, that's all they've talked about. They shoved them down our throats. You honestly think that Charlotte is going to lose in the end here? Come on, man. She's going to lead her team to victory and lead Team Raw. I think the only match that SmackDown will have, honestly, I think the only match that SmackDown will have here is the tag team match. And it's going to be built around American Alpha. I think American Alpha is going to solidify themselves as a top team in the company. And they are going to lead Team Smackdown to victory here at the Survivor Series. I really do. So in all these instances, I think I'm just basing this on logic. WWE doesn't go with logic. Strowman is going to be the last one. I don't see anybody taking down Strowman, honestly, you know, unless they come up with some fucking weird way to get him out of there. I think Team Raw is going to win. I think Charlotte's going to lead her team to victory. And I think American Alpha is going to stand tall and lead their team and solidify themselves as a top team in the division. I think Team SmackDown is going to win with the tag team division. I think Kalisto is going to win the Cruiserweight Championship. I think the SmackDown brand is going to have the Cruiserweight Championship. And I honestly think The Miz is going to walk out with the championship. I honestly think The Miz is going to walk out with the championship. I don't want to see the title flip-flop back and forth. Maybe WWE gives it to Sami Zayn. Maybe they have a big pop. You know, I wouldn't be surprised at it, but if they really want to nail this thing home, I think The Miz wins it. Sami Zayn gets fucking embarrassed by Stephanie McMahon for not doing the brand proud, and they get rid of him. I think Sami Zayn needs something different to do, and that something different is SmackDown. He's doing nothing on Monday Night Raw, and they have no plans for him on Monday Night Raw. He needs to get off that brand as soon as possible. He would add so much to SmackDown. And the Intercontinental Championship needs to be on SmackDown because what else is there going to be for those guys to fight over? Nothing. You cannot take a mid-card title away from SmackDown. You can't have two mid-card titles on Monday Night Raw when there is no mid-card on Monday Night Raw. There's none. Zero. So do the right thing here. Keep the title on The Miz. Keep The Miz on SmackDown. Keep the title on SmackDown. And move Zayn over to SmackDown via a trade somehow. That's what needs to happen. And that's all I got. That's all I got. Whether they make it a fatal four-way, whether they make it a triple threat, I don't know. Because right now, I made a video about it yesterday. I would be shocked if Dolph Ziggler is not on this show. They can make it a triple threat. Stephanie McMahon could be like, whoa. You got two SmackDown guys and one Raw guy. We're going to add Rusev to this match. We're going to make it a fatal four-way. I would not be surprised at that whatsoever. But I honestly think The Miz is going to walk out the champion. And by some other way, have everything remain the same and get Zayn over to SmackDown. That's all I got to say about that. And that's it, man. Survivor Series. It's a very, very difficult pay-per-view to call. It's a very, very unpredictable pay-per-view. And I have no problem with that. I just hope WWE makes the right decision here. I hope going into this, we see some sort of build with some of the bigger names towards WrestleMania. Bigger storylines develop from this, leading to the Rumble, leading to WrestleMania. The whole AJ Styles leading his team to victory and falling to Team Raw. That's intriguing with The Undertaker looming over their heads, you know. American Alpha has the opportunity to shine, which I think they will. Braun Strowman should have the opportunity to shine on Team Raw and lead his team to victory where everybody else falls. You know, Kalisto, Cruiserweight Championship, I think he's going to take it. I think The Miz is going to retain. Goldberg is going to get destroyed by Brock Lesnar. There's really not much else to say about this show, man. I'm just not pleased, and it's the same thing. Same old song and dance, man. WWE has not built this pay-per-view to the point where I care. I just don't. And then we go right into TLC 2 weeks after this pay-per-view. I'm more invested in TLC than I am the Survivor Series. And this is one of your big four pay-per-views. There's something wrong there, man. There's a huge disconnect there. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a huge newsworthy show. I'm just not sure WWE knows what they're doing going into this. And I just hope they make the right decisions. That's all I could say about that. And that's your Off the Script, guys. Thank you so much. Part 1 here for episode 144. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. And I will see you all back here on Saturday. We got news. We're going to have Survivor Series news all through the weekend. And make sure you guys stick to the channel to find out the late-breaking information as Survivor Series draws closer on the WWE Network. I am JD. Thank you guys for everything. Hit that thumbs up. And I will see you all on Saturday morning for part 2 of Off the Script. I'll talk to you guys later.